Hey everyone, my name is Matheus. I'm a researcher with the Florida Institute for National Security, and one of the main issues that I face in my day-to-day is how to analyze papers. There's been a surplus with papers, and that's why we built Plato's Cave. With Plato's Cave, you can enter a URL or just simply browse specific papers that you may have in mind and find specific knowledge and verify them in real time. So once you press play, you're going to see that a browser spins up. This is not a simulation. This is a real local Dockerized Chromium browser that is fully interactive. Inside this browser lives Plato. Plato is a web agent. Every single action you see right now being taken is not being done by a user. There is an agent that at each step reasons what is the best course of action to find the paper that you've been looking for. Once it finds it, it analyzes it, it checks the information on the page, scrolls up and down, and then you can also interact with it. For example, if there's captchas, we have this human in the loop approach, and because you two share the same browser, you can fix these issues that agent may run into, and also see in real time what it's doing. Now, you see that it generates a knowledge graph, but the agent is still active. Why is that? Once Plato generates this knowledge graph, it goes back to check each one of the nodes in this graph. So for example here, we're checking that monitoring tasks are ubiquitous, like tracking emails or watching news. Plato is browsing the web for articles or sources that back my claims. Once that is done, it's going to go to the next node, and then check the entire tree and calculate a score. This formula that our team came up with. More information about the formula that we created, as well as the rationale for the specific metrics and the math behind it, can be found in our GitHub under README in the Graph app folder. Now for the backend, if we quickly start a run and go to the backend to show what happens there, we can see that our agent starts monitoring here, and at each step we can see what it's going to plan and what it's going to do. For our front end, we use React and Gatsby, and then for our backend, we use primarily Python, Fast API, and then Socket.io for this like fast bi-directional connections. For the Docker and to have that cool feeling of the agent and you both have the same browser, we use noVNC. We use Docker to containerize these images, and we use Playwright and browser use for the web automation. So very exciting project. We'll be open sourcing it right after the hackathon, and that can be found in Plato's Cave, GitHub, and we have a really pretty README. But that's our project. By collaborating with Plato, our AI agent, in real time and seeing its actions, we're not just making research easier to read, we're making research easier to trust.